I'm here with Cheryl Hayman of Hayman Strategy. Cheryl, welcome.
Thank you, Susie. It's lovely to be here.
Now, your business is in the area of branding, and you've just attended a session right on that subject. Tell us what it was about.
Well, the session was called Building Ideas into Businesses, but there was an enormous amount of focus on the importance of the brand. There was a lot of talk about protecting your IP, which I'm a very strong advocate of. You know, for me, it's all about have something that's ownable and differentiated in your product and service, and then have a brand that absolutely upholds that. So there was a whole panel, 5 or 6 people, all really interesting, from the mom and pop who kind of called themselves the accidental entrepreneurs to the very, famous Cindy Lucan, or a guy from Blue Chili Technology. But they all came at it from different angles, from different sizes, and they all had different messages, but all of them were talking about the importance of your brand and that your brand was actually a key asset in your business. So very close to my heart.
Very close to your heart. And so as a small business, sometimes we are the brand. How do we go? Do we still need to protect the brand if we are the brand?
There was some talk about that. There was also talk about, if you're using your name as your brand, which obviously I do, but people like Camilla Franks does with her brand Camilla. It's about having enough resources and delivering enough benefit against your name that helps build it. You can never, stop someone copying or trying to copy your products and your services, but if you can really build the strength of your brand name, even if it's your personal brand name, then it'll work. But there was a terrific ex-lawyer who now works for IP Australia, very charismatic and very informative woman, and she gave us a few resources to look at for trademark protection and advice. But she also talked about the number of different ways you can build an IP and the number of different ways that your brand might work for you, and not one size fits all. But you do have to have the strength of your conviction. So once you've picked a name, you need to kind of be able to build lots and lots of foundations under that name to make it really true and to have it grow over time.
I've noticed with the advent of things like social media that someone may have a brand name that is their website, they may have their company name, and they may have a Twitter handle, for instance, and the three don't match, perhaps because they couldn't get the same name. Are there any implications to having that sort of different naming?
There are. I mean, clearly then you have an audience coming to you through 3 different tools. In your name. There might be legitimate strategies for doing that. So if your one is very much personal and one is professional or whatever, but everybody would say, myself included, that if you have a name, you need to stick to it, because other than that, you cause confusion. And because social media hits on so many people in so many ways, and so many of the same people come at you from different ways, you don't want confusion in your name or your brand. Which is what you're going to cause if you diversify too much without it being clear why you've done that, and also having it come back to you. You have to have a core brand at the heart of what you do. Even if you have offshoots of that brand, everyone still needs to know it comes from you, the main brand.
Great. And so Cheryl's from Hayman Strategy. She also blogs for Her Business blog, and you can find lots of information about branding and the strategies she suggests at the Australian Business Women's Network blog. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.